Hello, welcome to this, my next and latest chess video. This is showing a game that I played during the week. Today is Saturday the 9th of May 2015. During the week I was having sound recording problems, and partly due to my headset failing. It was only recording sound intermittently, so I've got a new headset which is better, but there's still issues on which playback device is working on my Windows 8, and I've tried this once or twice, and I hope this time it's going to be a proper and complete video with audio. So anyway, on with the game. It was a good game for me. I'm playing black, 5-minute blitz as usual. I'm rated though only 1100 on the ICC chess server. My opponent here is rated at 1300. So we go on with the game, and the motif of the game is tactics. My opponent has a simple fork tactic with a pawn on move 18, pawn to e5, which forks my queen and my bishop. I saw it coming. I wasn't really worried about it because I had queen and my two bishops and my knight attacking the castled white king on the king side, and my rooks were in the game. I'd completed my development, and I just almost ignored that fork and pressed home my attack on the king side, as you'll see in the game. So white plays 1d4, and if you've seen my other videos, you know my response is e6, hoping for a French defence, and if not the French defence, then to play the English defence, which is a little bit uncommon against the 1d4 openings, and maybe might be surprising some of my opponents. Well, here white plays knight f3, so I go ahead with b6, preparing to fianchetto bishop b7. White now plays e3, and he's playing a collie type setup here. So bishop b7 from me. White develops with the very sort of minor developing move of bishop e2. And now I play bishop b4 check, which is almost like going back to the Keres opening, where this same move gets played. It was played by Paul Keres. White blocks bishop d2, blocks a check, and here Keres has played actually c5, but in this game I elect to play a5. White now plays c3. I'm not too unhappy seeing this move. I just retreat my bishop back to e6, and my bishop now will figure on the kingside attack, and actually white now has no good square for his knight to go. It's not good for it to go on the side onto a3, and it can't go to c3 or to d2 because of the other pieces and pawns that white has there. White castles kingside for king safety, and now I can play knight to h6. Because of the white pawn structure, white can't capture the knight and double the pawns, and I'll be looking to play the knight to either g4 or into the centre, maybe to f5 later, and get the knight into the game. White plays h3, stopping my knight coming to g4 immediately. I castle kingside, and here I'll be getting ready to play my standard English defence opening with f5 and push the f pawn and add the f pawn into the attack on the king side. White plays knight h2. What he's trying to do here is allow the bishop to f3 and try and swap off my fianchettoed bishop. So I just immediately play f5 and want to bring my f pawn into the attack. White plays bishop to f3, challenging my fianchettoed bishop, but here I play knight to c6. I don't want to give up the fianchetto easily, but white can now play d5, so I play e takes d5. White plays bishop takes d5 with a check. I move my king to h8, and white brings his knight back into the game with knight to f3. Here I just play rook on a8 to b8 to protect my bishop when I move my knight, because I will be wanting to move my knight. White here plays now 14 e4, and will later play his rook to the e file, and then we will have the move later 18 e5 push, which is a pawn push, which the pawn will fork my queen and bishop later. First of all though, I just play f4, which shuts down the dark squared bishop of white. White plays his queen out, and I play my bishop now to d6. What this is going to allow though is this trick and fork with the e-pawn, because white now here plays rook to e1, so that pawn is quite dangerous, especially when I now play queen to f6. White will be wanting to play that pawn move, but first of all white plays bishop takes knight, and I'm quite happy to see that. I'm quite happy to exchange my knight for a bishop, because now I have both bishops attacking the king side, my knight's attacking the king side. I'm fully developed. The only thing is my rook on b8 isn't really in the game now, but can easily come across to the king side and help on the king side attack. So, but this leaves white with his first tactics trick, and that's e5. So he does fork my queen and bishop. Well, I elect to just sacrifice one bishop here, so I play bishop takes e5. The reason I do is because I've got this very strong potential of my other light squared bishop against the white king, and white elects to play knight takes bishop, and I don't recapture. Instead I play bishop takes g2. Now this is setting up all sorts of interesting tactics. I could, if king takes, I've got queen to sort of g5 with a check, or I could push on with f3 with a check, and so I've got quite a lot of interesting play here, and this is what I'm relying on at this moment. But of course moving my bishop has now weakened my d7 square, and white pounces immediately with knight takes d7, and that is the family fork. White has forked my queen and both my rooks, so I'm not worried because this can help my plan. Queen to g5 is strong for me. All I've got to do now is move the bishop, and I have a discovered attack on the king with the potential of a checkmate possibility. So I've really got some good tactics going on myself. White elects not to capture a rook first, and instead get his king off the very difficult pin. But here I just add more pressure to the king with knight g4 check, and white could either take with the pawn, take the knight, but white elects to take the bishop with the king, which is a mistake really, because now I've got a very powerful and good tactic, knight to e3 check, which is a double check from a discovered attack from my queen, a check from my knight, and my knight is now forking the white king and queen, so I can win the white queen here. White moves his king, and I play knight takes queen c2, and now my knight is forking both white rooks. So I think my tactics have worked better than the white tactics. Quite interesting, but white elects to go and take the rook. Knight takes rook f8, and I play knight takes rook a1. White plays bishop takes f4, threatening my queen, but I can play now queen f5, which is pinning the bishop to the king and is also threatening queen takes the knight. White develops now with knight to d2, getting his knight finally into the game and threatening to take off my knight, but I just elect to capture the white knight with rook takes knight on f8, and now I've got a very strong attack against the bishop here, which white defends with rook to e4, but now my queen can just pick up another pick up more material. Queen takes h3 check, king moves back, I move my knight into the game. I've got the potential of playing queen to h5 with another check, and really it should now be quite standard, because I've got queen and rook against rook, bishop and knight, but I've got queen, rook and knight, so I am up here at the game, and it should be a simple end to the game, and it proves to be from here. So we'll just go through. I elect to use my pawns in the endgame, just push the pawns up, keep pushing the pawns up, white blocks, so I actually do come back for the check with queen to h5 check. White blocks with the pawn, so I elect to put my queen onto the h1 file and go for the queen on the back rank, on the top rank. Here queen to h1 would be crushing. So white moves his king. I've moved my knight away. I could easily have moved my queen up to protect with queen to c1, but I just moved my knight away for the moment. White brings his rook in, but it's sort of too little too late. I just finally decide to play rook d8 check. The king moves across, and here I can win the white rook very easily with queen to e1 check. The king moves, queen takes rook e7, and now it's just a matter of technique to finish the game. I'll pin the knight, bring my other knight in. A few moves here. I'll take another piece off, and it's just a totally one game for me as black now. Take off more pieces, and here rook e4 check, and my opponent's run out of time as well. So a very tactical game. I think I said my opponent here was rated 1300. I was just rated 1100, and the opponent started with a good sort of trick, a pawn fork, forking my queen and bishop. But because I had a very strong initiative as well as tactics, my initiative was strong play against the white king. I was putting in a very strong kingside attack. My tactics actually proved to be better than the white tactics. So an interesting tactical battle there. Very unusual to have two knights forking both rooks, which happened in the game, and my knight also forked the white king and queen, which is always very handy and is often a game winner, as it proved to be here. So I hope you've enjoyed this game. I enjoyed playing it. Hope my rating will go up a lot more, and I hope I can keep playing good tactical battles. Good luck with your tactical chess, and thank you very much for watching. That's all for now, and again, this was Saturday the 9th of May 2015. Good luck for your chess from now on. Thanks, bye for now.